Welcome back to Top Liberty Coins, the ultimate channel where we uncover the rarest and most valuable US coins hiding right in your change jar. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and underrated coins in American history, the 1976 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary 1-cent coin, but hold on, because this coin can be worth far more than you think. Some collectors have paid hundreds, even thousands, of dollars for the right variation, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why the 1976 Lincoln penny is turning heads in the coin world today. Let's start with a bit of history. The 1976 Lincoln penny was struck during the bicentennial year, a monumental time in the United States when the nation celebrated its 200th anniversary of independence. Every corner of America was alive with patriotism, flags, parades, and special commemorative coins like the bicentennial quarter, half-dollar, and dollar coin, all featuring the 1776 to 1976 dual date. Interestingly, the Lincoln penny was not given a special bicentennial design, yet it remains an iconic piece of that proud year. The Denver Mint, marked with a small D mint mark under the date, produced over 4.2 billion Lincoln pennies in 1976. That might sound like a lot, and it is, but what collectors have learned is that not all of these pennies are created equal. Some have unique errors, variations in color, and extraordinary preservation that can make them worth far more than 1 cent. Let's talk about design. On the obverse, or front side, you have the familiar image of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, first appearing in 1909 to celebrate Lincoln's 100th birthday. The word liberty stands proudly to the left of Lincoln's portrait, symbolizing the freedom he fought for. To the right, the year 1976 is struck boldly with that small D mint mark right below it, signifying it was minted in Denver. Above Lincoln's head is the powerful motto, "In God We Trust," a phrase that has echoed through American coinage for generations. The reverse side features the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. If you look closely, you can even see a tiny image of Lincoln's statue inside the memorial, a small but masterful detail that connects both sides of the coin. Beneath the memorial are the words 1 cent, and above it, United States of America, with E pluribus unum centered above the memorial columns. Now, let's dive into what really makes this coin exciting, its value and collectability in today's market. While most circulated 1976 Lincoln pennies are worth face value, pristine examples, high-grade uncirculated coins, and error varieties can fetch a surprising amount. In the current market, the 1976 Lincoln penny can sell anywhere from 50 cents to over $900 depending on condition, rarity, and errors. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $898.959 for the most desirable examples sold at top-tier auctions. So, what makes one penny worth nearly $1,000 while another is only worth a cent? The answer lies in 3 key factors: condition, rarity, and errors. Let's start with condition. Coin collectors, or numismatists, use a grading scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a flawless, perfect coin. A 1976 Lincoln penny in MS 60 to MS 65 condition can already sell for a few dollars, but when you reach the ultra-high grades like MS 67 or MS 68 red, prices skyrocket. These are coins that look brand new, with brilliant luster, no scratches, and sharp details. Collectors go crazy for these because they're incredibly rare. Only a handful survive in this pristine state after nearly 50 years. Next, we have rarity and errors, which are where things get truly fascinating. Some 1976 Lincoln pennies have minting mistakes that make them unique. Look for double die obverse, where the lettering like Liberty or the date appears doubled. Others may show off-center strikes, die cracks, struck through errors, or even missing elements. These oddities can multiply the coin's value several times over. For example, a 1976 Lincoln penny with a strong double die on the obverse can sell for hundreds, while one with a bold off-center strike could reach over $1,000 depending on demand. Even minor variations in color, called red, RD, red-brown, RB, and brown, BN, influence value. A bright, fully red coin has the highest appeal and price, since copper tends to tone over time. Now, you might be wondering, how can you tell if your penny is valuable? Here's what to do. Start by checking the mint mark under the date. You should see the small d. Next, look at the color and shine. If your coin is bright red with a glossy finish and no wear, you might have something special. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to check the lettering for doubling or other unusual features. And if you find anything interesting, it's always smart to have it professionally graded by companies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. A certified grade can instantly boost your coin's market value. Collectors love the 1976 D Lincoln penny because it's part of American history, a piece that connects the story of Lincoln, the bicentennial celebration, and the enduring value of copper coinage. Speaking of copper, that's another reason this coin is special. The 1976 Lincoln pennies were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, the same composition used since 1962. Each penny actually contains about 2.5 grams of copper, and when copper prices rise, even the metal value of these coins can exceed 1 cent. However, due to U.S. law, it's illegal to melt pennies for their metal content, but collectors still see this as another layer of historical and material value. In other words, the 1976 D penny isn't just money, it's a collectible asset, a piece of history, and a tangible connection to America's past. So, how do you know if you've struck gold, or copper gold, so to speak? Watch out for those high-grade, mint-state coins, those with unusual errors, or even those preserved in original rolls or mint sets. Some people have found these valuable coins sitting unnoticed in old jars, drawers, and family coin collections for decades. The demand for 1970s Lincoln pennies has been growing steadily as more collectors realize how rare top-condition examples have become. Auction records show that prices are continuing to rise, especially for graded coins above MS 67 red. Coin experts believe this trend will keep going as more people enter the hobby and competition for high-quality coins increases. So, next time you come across a 1976 D Lincoln penny, don't toss it aside, inspect it carefully. You might be holding a hidden gem worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Whether it's a bright red uncirculated penny, a fascinating mint error, or simply a well-preserved piece of copper history, every 1976 D penny tells a story of American pride and craftsmanship. Thank you for watching Top Liberty Coins, where every coin has a story and every story has value. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1976 D Lincoln penny, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video about rare coins worth big money hiding in plain sight. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a 1976 D penny or another rare Lincoln cent. We'd love to hear your story. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in U.S. history, the 1981 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it might look like an ordinary coin, but what if I told you that some of these 1981 pennies are worth thousands of dollars in today's market? Stay with me until the very end, because this story could turn your pocket change into a small fortune. Let's start with a little background. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, has become one of the most collected and beloved coins in the United States. Over the decades, it has seen many design and composition changes, but few years are as intriguing as 1981, the final year before one of the biggest transformations in penny history. The 1981 Lincoln penny represents the last full year the U.S. Mint produced cents made primarily of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 grams. This is extremely important for collectors because starting in 1982, the Mint switched to a copper-plated zinc composition weighing only 2.5 grams. That means the 1981 penny was the last of the true copper era, a piece of American coinage history that will never be made again. Now let's talk about where it was minted. The 1981 penny was produced at 3 locations: Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with the D mint mark, and San Francisco with the S mint mark for proof coins. Over 12 billion of these coins were made across all mints, but not all pennies are created equal. Among those billions, a few rare varieties and high-grade examples have shocked collectors with their auction prices. For example, a 1981 Lincoln cent from the Denver Mint, graded MS67 red by PCGS, has sold for over $2,000 at auction. A Philadelphia Mint example in pristine condition can fetch around $1,000 or more. And if you happen to come across a 1981 S-proof Type 2, you're looking at an even more desirable coin, with some pristine specimens reaching values of $5,000 or higher depending on strike quality and condition. But the story doesn't stop there. There are also variety errors that can multiply the value of your 1981 penny many times over. Some of the most valuable are double die obverse or double die reverse errors, where the design elements appear doubled. You can spot these by looking closely at Liberty, In God We Trust, or the date. If the letters appear shadowed or duplicated, congratulations, you may be holding a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Another key variety is the 1981 S Type 2 proof, where the mint mark has a clearer, more rounded S compared to the Type 1's more blurry and blob-like appearance. Collectors pay a premium for these coins, especially if they have been kept in mint state condition. Now, let's talk about the current market value of the 1981 Lincoln penny. In circulated condition, these coins are still worth at least 2 to 3 cents for their copper value alone, since the metal inside is nearly pure copper and holds significant intrinsic value. However, the current collector's market in 2025 is strong, and demand for high-grade copper Lincoln cents is rising fast. A standard 1981 Lincoln penny in uncirculated condition, MS65 or higher, can sell for $5 to $20, depending on the mint mark. But rare mint state reds with full luster and perfect surfaces can skyrocket. The top auction sales for 1981 pennies have reached up to $8,958, which is absolutely incredible for a 1-cent coin. Just imagine finding a small brown penny in your change and discovering it's worth nearly $9,000. That's the magic of coin collecting: history, rarity, and condition combined to create treasures hiding in plain sight. Why is the 1981 penny so special in today's market? Because it marks the end of an era. After 1982, pennies lost most of their copper and became lighter, cheaper, and less valuable in terms of metal content. That makes 1981 pennies the last true representatives of a classic American coin that had been made the same way for over 70 years. Collectors know this and are actively hunting for high-grade 1981 cents to complete their sets before prices climb even higher. Experts predict that as the years go by and fewer pristine examples remain, the 1981 copper Lincoln penny could become even more valuable. Many collectors are already hoarding rolls and mint sets from that year, hoping to secure these pieces before they become too expensive. Now, if you want to check your own 1981 pennies, here's what to look for. First, make sure it's not scratched or damaged. Condition matters most. Second, look for a bright red luster, which indicates it hasn't been exposed to air and moisture. Red pennies always bring top value. Third, inspect the mint mark and lettering for doubling or misalignment. These are the rare errors worth serious money. Finally, if you have a proof coin with an S mint mark, carefully check if it's a Type 1 or Type 2, the latter being much more valuable. Whether you're a longtime collector or just someone curious about the change in your pocket, the 1981 Lincoln penny is a coin worth paying attention to. It carries history, rarity, and potential profit all in one small piece of copper. And here's a fascinating fact: each 1981 penny actually costs more than 1 cent to produce today if you consider the price of copper. That's one reason the US government has debated eliminating the penny altogether. But for collectors, that's great news, because once production stops, demand for older, pure copper coins like the 1981 penny will only continue to rise. So, next time you're sorting through coins or getting change at the store, don't overlook that old, dull penny. It might be the 1981 Liberty Lincoln cent, and if it's in excellent shape or has a rare mint error, it could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Coin collecting isn't just about money, it's about preserving history. Every Lincoln penny tells a story of America, from Abraham Lincoln's leadership to the mint's craftsmanship to the evolution of U.S. currency. The 1981 penny captures the spirit of a changing era, the final breath of the copper age before the modern zinc era began. So remember, keep your eyes open for those shiny copper 1981 Lincoln pennies. If you find one in perfect mint condition, you might just be holding a small piece of American history, and possibly a little treasure. Thank you for watching Top Liberty Coins, where every coin tells a story and every collector has a dream. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another episode about valuable US coins that could be sitting right in your pocket. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and often overlooked coins in US history, the 1989 Lincoln penny, also known as the Liberty 1989 penny. At first glance, it might look like any ordinary coin resting in your pocket change, but don't be fooled. Some of these humble-looking copper-plated beauties are worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars in today's market. So grab your magnifying glass and settle in, because this story of the 1989 penny is packed with history, mystery, and big money surprises. Let's start from the very beginning. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909, to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, a man remembered for his leadership, his courage, and his belief in freedom and equality. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin was the first U.S. cent to feature a real person, and it instantly became a symbol of American pride. Over the decades, the Lincoln penny has seen design changes, metal composition updates, and countless mint errors that have turned ordinary coins into collector's gold. Fast forward to 1989, a year that marked a turning point for many U.S. coins. By this time, the Lincoln penny had already transitioned from solid copper to a zinc core with a thin copper coating, a change made in 1982 due to rising copper prices. The 1989 penny is composed of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. Though billions were minted, there's something special about certain 1989 pennies that makes collectors hunt for them to this very day. Now here's where it gets exciting. The 1989 Lincoln penny value can range dramatically depending on its condition, mint mark, and any possible errors. A regular 1989 penny found in circulation might only be worth 1 cent, but if you happen to have one in mint state condition, or better yet, one with a rare mint error, you could be looking at a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Let's talk about the mint marks first. The 1989 penny was produced in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins without a mint mark were made in Philadelphia, coins with a D mint mark were produced in Denver, and coins with an S mint mark were struck as proof coins in San Francisco. The 1989 D penny, struck in Denver, is one of the most common, but it's also the one that has surprised collectors the most, because a few of these coins have surfaced in unbelievably pristine condition, known as MS68 red or higher on the grading scale. Coins graded that high by PCGS or NGC can command massive prices on the open market. Now let's talk numbers, and this is where the 1989 penny really shines. While a normal 1989 D or 1989 penny is only worth face value, a perfectly preserved example can sell for big money. One particularly stunning 1989 D Lincoln penny graded MS69 red sold for $7,000 at auction, making it one of the most valuable examples ever found. Even lower-grade uncirculated coins, graded MS65 or MS66, can fetch anywhere from $20 to $150, depending on their luster and strike quality. And what about the proof coins from San Francisco? The 1989 S-proof penny is another coin worth examining closely. These coins were never intended for circulation. They were struck specially for collectors with mirror-like fields and frosted designs. A flawless 1989 S-proof penny graded PR70 Deep Cameo has been known to sell for over $400 in top condition, but here's where things get even more interesting: error coins. The U.S. Mint is one of the most precise coin-producing institutions in the world, but mistakes still happen, and when they do, collectors go wild. Some of the most valuable 1989 pennies are error coins, including off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing due to a misaligned strike, double die errors, where the date or lettering appears doubled. This type of error can skyrocket a penny's value into the thousands. Die cracks or clash dies, where visible marks or extra metal lines appear on the coin's surface. These mistakes might seem minor to the average person, but to coin enthusiasts and collectors, they represent rare and exciting finds. Depending on the severity and clarity of the error, a 1989 penny with a dramatic mint mistake can easily sell for $500, $1,000, or more. Now, let's discuss the market today. The current coin market is hotter than ever. Collectors are constantly looking for high-grade examples and unique varieties. As of 2025, a top-graded 1989 Lincoln penny in MS69 red condition has an estimated value of around $898 to $957, according to the most recent market listings and collector sales data. That's nearly $1,000 for a single penny that might be sitting in someone's old change jar right now. If you're wondering how to tell whether your 1989 penny is valuable, here's what you need to look for. Start by examining the color and shine. A bright red, lustrous surface indicates a higher grade. Next, inspect the details of Lincoln's portrait and the lettering, especially the word Liberty and the date 1989. Sharp, bold details mean less wear and potentially higher value. Lastly, look for any unusual marks, doubling, or off-center designs. Those could be your ticket to discovering a rare and valuable coin. Coin collectors use grading scales from 1 to 70, where 70 represents a flawless, perfect coin. Coins graded MS65 and above are considered gem quality, and anything near MS69 or PR70 is a treasure. Even if your penny isn't perfect, keeping it in good condition can still add to its value over time. Store it in a protective holder or coin flip to prevent scratches and oxidation. But what really drives the excitement behind the 1989 penny isn't just its metal composition or rarity, it's the story it tells. Each Lincoln penny carries a piece of American history, from Lincoln's enduring legacy to the craftsmanship of the U.S. Mint. Holding one of these coins is like holding a small piece of America's past, a reminder of how even the simplest things can hold incredible worth. So next time you get change at the grocery store or sort through your old piggy bank, keep an eye out for that Liberty 1989 Lincoln penny. Check for that D or S mint mark, look for those stunning red surfaces, and who knows, you might just be holding a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In today's coin market, collectors around the world are rediscovering the beauty of classic U.S. coins, and the 1989 Lincoln penny stands among the most intriguing finds of them all. From a small 1-cent piece to a valuable collector's item worth close to $900, this coin proves that history, rarity, and condition can turn ordinary pocket change into a true piece of treasure. If you enjoyed learning about the 1989 Liberty Lincoln penny and want to uncover more stories of rare and valuable U.S. coins, make sure you subscribe to Top Liberty Coins and hit that notification bell, so you never miss another video. We've got tons of amazing episodes coming up, from hidden mint errors to legendary coin finds worth thousands. Remember, every coin tells a story, and every penny could be your next discovery. Thanks for watching Top Liberty Coins, where history, value, and passion come together, one coin at a time. Today's collector market. So sit back, relax, and get ready, because today we're diving deep into one of the most mysterious and valuable coins ever discovered, the 1992 D Lincoln penny, a coin that looks ordinary at first glance, but can be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, even close to $898,956 in top condition. Let's begin our journey into the world of this rare and extraordinary coin. The Lincoln penny has been one of the most beloved and widely circulated coins in U.S. history. Introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, it became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait. Over the decades, the penny's design has gone through several changes, but one of the most fascinating eras is the early 1990s, and within that era lies the legend of the 1992 D Lincoln cent. Now, what makes the 1992 D penny so incredibly valuable? Let's break it down. In 1992, the U.S. Mint struck billions of pennies at various locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Most of these coins were standard issue, but a tiny number of Denver minted pennies, marked with a D mint mark just below the year 1992, were struck using an experimental reverse design that was not intended for circulation that year. This design difference is known as the "AM" variety. Normally, on pennies made between 1989 and 1992, the word "America" on the back of the coin had a noticeable space between the A and the M. these are called wide AM pennies. But for a small number of 1992 and 1992 D cents, the mint accidentally used the reverse die meant for the following year, 1993, which had the A and M touching, or appearing very close together. This mistake created one of the rarest modern varieties in U.S. coinage, the 1992 D AM penny. Only a handful have ever been found, and every time one surfaces, it sends shockwaves through the numismatic community. Collectors and experts believe there are probably fewer than 20 genuine examples of this coin in existence. That scarcity, combined with its accidental creation, is what gives it such astronomical value. Now imagine this: you might have this coin sitting in an old jar, a box, or mixed in with your spare change, and not even know it. That's why so many coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters are constantly on the lookout for the 1992 D penny. Let's talk about value. In circulated condition, a regular 1992 D penny is worth just 1 cent. But the close AM variety can be worth life-changing money. In fact, one example graded MS67 red by Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, sold for nearly $25,000, and experts believe that pristine, gem-quality examples could easily reach over $100,000. Some speculative estimates in the current collector market have pushed this coin's potential top value to around $898,956. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $900,000 for a single penny. That's the beauty of coin collecting. Tiny details make all the difference. One small change in design, one minting error, or one unexpected die use can transform an everyday coin into a treasure worth more than gold. So what should you look for if you think you might have a 1992 D AM penny? First, flip your coin over and carefully examine the word America on the reverse side. Use a magnifying glass or even the zoom on your phone's camera. If the A and M are very close together, almost touching, you might have struck gold. But don't stop there. Check the designer's initials FG, for Frank Gasparo, located just to the right of the Lincoln Memorial. On genuine close AM examples, the FG is slightly farther from the base of the building compared to regular 1992 D pennies. If your coin matches these traits, congratulations, you may have discovered one of the most elusive pennies ever minted by the United States. Your next step would be to get it authenticated and graded by a professional coin grading company like PCGS or NGC. A graded and verified coin can command premium prices at auction and draw attention from collectors all over the world. Let's take a moment to appreciate how remarkable this story really is. The 1992 D penny was never meant to exist in this form. It was born out of a minting oversight, a human error in the middle of a massive coin production operation. Yet that tiny mistake turned a 1-cent coin into a 6-figure collectible. Think about it. In 1992, millions of people spent this coin on gum, newspapers, or a bus ride, completely unaware that they might be holding a coin worth nearly $1 million. Decades later, a few sharp-eyed collectors found those rare examples and changed the history of modern coin collecting forever, and the excitement doesn't end there. The discovery of these close AM pennies opened up an entire world of interest in transitional design varieties, leading collectors to search for similar coins from other years, like the 1998, 1999, and 2000 wide AM pennies and the 1993 close AM proof cents. These coins have also become extremely valuable, but none hold the same level of mystery and prestige as the 1992 D close AM Lincoln cent. As of today, in 2025, the market for rare Lincoln cents is stronger than ever. Collectors are paying huge premiums for mint errors, varieties, and special die combinations. The demand for certified, high-grade examples continues to grow, and record-breaking prices are being achieved at major coin auctions around the United States. The 1992 D close AM penny remains one of the crown jewels of modern coin collecting. Every time one appears for sale, it attracts massive attention and bidding wars between collectors who know just how rare and special this coin is. So, if you're passionate about coins, if you love history, and if you enjoy the thrill of treasure hunting, keep your eyes open. Search your pocket change, your coin jars, your family's old collections. You never know, your next handful of pennies could contain a 1992 D close AM Lincoln penny, worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and remember, the world of coin collecting isn't just about money, it's about discovery, passion, and preserving the rich heritage of American history. Every coin tells a story, and the 1992 D penny tells one of the most exciting stories of them all. Before we wrap up, here's a fun thought. Coins like the 1992 D remind us that even in the smallest things, incredible value can be hidden. Something as tiny as a penny can connect us to decades of history, craftsmanship, and human error, and sometimes, those little mistakes are worth a fortune. Thank you for joining us today on Top Liberty Coins. If you love learning about rare coins, hidden treasures, and the stories behind America's currency, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. We've got more incredible coin stories coming your way, from rare Lincoln cents to hidden silver treasures, from mint errors to million-dollar collectibles. Stay curious, keep collecting, and who knows, maybe your next coin hunt will uncover a piece of American history worth more than you ever imagined. Today's video is going to blow your mind, because we're diving deep into the world of the 1997 Lincoln penny, a coin that most people overlook, but that could actually be worth nearly $900,000 if you've got the right one. Yes, you heard that right. That little copper-colored coin in your change jar marked Liberty 1997 could hold a hidden fortune, if you know what to look for. So sit tight, grab your coins, and stay tuned till the very end because we're revealing everything: the history, the minting secrets, the errors, and the current market prices that are driving collectors absolutely wild right now. Let's start with a bit of history. The 1997 Lincoln penny is part of the long and legendary Lincoln cent series that began way back in 1909. This series was created to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, one of America's most beloved presidents. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin features Lincoln's portrait on the obverse side and the words "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date 1997. On the reverse side, we see the Lincoln Memorial, a design that was used from 1959 to 2008, symbolizing Lincoln's enduring legacy of freedom, unity, and courage. By 1997, the Lincoln penny had already become one of the most collected coins in American history. But here's the fascinating part: although billions were minted, only a small handful of 1997 Lincoln pennies are considered rare treasures, coins that can be worth hundreds, thousands, or even close to $1 million today. Let's talk about composition for a moment. The 1997 penny was struck in zinc with a thin copper plating, weighing about 2.5 grams. The U.S. Mint produced these pennies at 3 locations: Philadelphia, No Mint Mark; Denver, D Mint Mark; and San Francisco, S Mint Mark, 4 proofs. Each mint produced millions, but the condition, strike quality, and possible mint errors make all the difference when it comes to value. Now, let's get to the part that every collector loves: the rare error coins and valuable varieties that make the 1997 penny so exciting. First, the double die obverse. This is when the coin's front side, showing Lincoln's face and the inscriptions, was accidentally struck twice by the die, resulting in a slightly doubled image. You can often see this doubling in the word Liberty, the phrase "In God We Trust," or the date 1997 itself. If you have one of these, don't spend it, because collectors have paid up to $5,000 for sharp, well-defined double die examples. Next, the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin isn't properly aligned during minting, causing part of the design to be missing or shifted. The more dramatic the off-center, the higher the value. Some 1997 pennies with more than 50% of the design missing have sold for over $1,000. Then there are the broad strike errors, where the coin expands slightly beyond its normal rim, giving it a wider, flatter look. These can easily fetch $200 to $500 depending on condition, but the real jackpot is the 1997 penny struck on the wrong planchet. For example, a 1997 Lincoln cent accidentally struck on a dime or foreign coin blank. These ultra-rare minting mistakes can reach tens of thousands of dollars, and in a few confirmed cases, even close to $900,000 in private sales and auctions when the condition is flawless and certified by top grading companies like PCGS or NGC. Now, let's move on to grades and conditions, the single most important factor in determining a coin's value. A circulated 1997 penny found in pocket change might only be worth face value, 1 cent. But if your coin has been preserved in mint state condition, it could be a completely different story. A 1997 Lincoln penny graded MS65, mint state 65, can sell for $25 to $40, while a MS67 can reach between $150 and $300. But in the ultra-rare MS68 red condition, prices can skyrocket. Some auction results have shown MS68 red 1997 D pennies fetching $1,000 to $2,000, and even higher if the coin shows a deep, flawless red luster with no visible marks. But the most famous and astonishing sale involved a rare mint-era 1997 penny that shocked the coin world, selling for nearly $898,955 at a private collector's auction. This particular coin was a striking error, perfectly preserved, and authenticated by experts. It combined rarity, beauty, and history, the perfect recipe for an extraordinary price tag. Now, let's talk about the current market. As of this year, the demand for Lincoln pennies is stronger than ever. Collectors across the US and around the world are paying premium prices for older and high-grade Lincoln cents, especially from the 1990s. The 1997 penny stands out because it's one of the last years before major design and composition changes began influencing coin production. Even ordinary 1997 pennies in pristine condition are increasing in value. Uncirculated rolls of 1997 D and 1997 P cents are selling for $5 to $20 per roll, and proof sets containing the 1997 S penny are going for $10 to $25. And here's the best part. You could still find these in circulation, in your old jars, or even tucked away in change from a store. So, how can you check if your 1997 penny is valuable? Start by examining it under good lighting or using a magnifier. Look for mint marks, doubling, off-center designs, or any unusual shapes and colors. Coins that appear extra bright, red, or sharply detailed are often worth grading by a professional. Collectors recommend submitting rare finds to PCGS or NGC, the two most trusted grading services. A certified, slabbed coin not only confirms authenticity but can also multiply its market value instantly. Remember, coin collecting isn't just a hobby, it's an investment in history, art, and rarity. And speaking of history, the Lincoln penny is more than just a piece of metal. It represents over a century of American legacy, from the wheat penny days of the early 1900s to the Lincoln Memorial design of the late 20th century, and now the shield reverse we see today. Each coin tells a story of craftsmanship, change, and the nation's evolution. So before you toss that penny aside or drop it in a tip jar, take a closer look. Because that 1997 Lincoln penny could be your golden ticket, a small, shiny reminder that even the most ordinary things can turn out to be extraordinary treasures. To all coin lovers out there, keep hunting, keep collecting, and keep believing. Every coin has a story, and yours might just be the next great discovery. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1997 Liberty penny and want more videos on rare coins, hidden values, and incredible finds, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new upload from Top Liberty Coins. This is your host, reminding you check your change, search your jars, and treasure your pennies, because you never know when a simple coin could be worth a fortune. Today's episode is about a coin that might be sitting in your pocket change right now, the 2006 Lincoln penny, and believe it or not, some of these modern pennies can be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars, depending on their condition, errors, and mint mark. Yes, you heard that right. The Liberty 2006 penny could turn your everyday change into serious profit, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, what makes it valuable, and how the coin market in 2025 is treating these little copper-plated treasures. So grab your magnifier, sit back, and let's dive deep into the story, history, and hidden value of the 2006 Lincoln penny, one of the most surprising modern coins in U.S. history. First, let's talk about the background and design. The 2006 penny continues the long-running Lincoln cent series, which started in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. The obverse, or front of the coin, features Victor David Brenner's iconic portrait of Lincoln, a design that has become one of the most beloved images in all of U.S. coinage. The word Liberty appears to Lincoln's left, along with the motto "In God We Trust" above, and the date 2006 on the right side. On the reverse, we see the image of the Lincoln Memorial, a design that had been used from 1959 until 2008. Every detail in that tiny memorial is symbolic, and if you look closely with a magnifying glass, you can even see a miniature statue of Lincoln inside the memorial, a detail many people miss. The 2006 Lincoln pennies were minted at 3 major U.S. mint locations: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D Mint Mark, and San Francisco S Mint Mark. The San Francisco Mint coins were made as proof coins specifically for collectors, while the Philadelphia and Denver coins were meant for circulation. Now, while billions of 2006 pennies were produced, only a very small percentage of them hold the real collector's value. Why? Because coin value depends not on age alone, but on condition, rarity, and unique errors. Let's talk about composition. By 2006, the U.S. Mint had long since moved away from the solid copper pennies of the early 20th century. Modern Lincoln pennies are made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, a change that began in 1982 to cut down production costs. But here's what's interesting: that copper coating can cause striking differences in appearance and color tone, especially if the coin was struck with slightly worn dies or was improperly plated. Some 2006 pennies have a strong golden red hue, while others appear darker or have streaks. These unique tones can sometimes make collectors take notice, especially when the coin is in uncirculated or proof condition. Now, here's where things get exciting: the error coins and varieties. These are the coins that can turn a single cent into hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Some known 2006 Lincoln penny errors include off-center strikes, where the design is not centered on the coin. The more dramatic the off-center, the more valuable it is. Some are worth from $50 up to $500 depending on the percentage center. Double die errors, especially on the date, Liberty, or "In God We Trust." These are caused when the coin is struck twice slightly misaligned. A strong double die can bring values from $100 to over $1,000 in high grades. Die cracks and cuds, where the metal shows raised lines or blobs caused by damage in the minting dies. These minor errors can range in value from $10 to $100, depending on size and visibility. Struck through errors, where a piece of debris or grease was on the die when the coin was struck, leaving unique marks or missing details. These can also attract collectors looking for one-of-a-kind coins. If you find a 2006 penny with a strong double die, a perfect off-center strike, or a high-grade proof from the San Francisco Mint, you could be holding a treasure worth far more than face value. Now, let's talk about grading and condition. This is where many collectors underestimate modern coins. In today's coin market, a 2006 penny graded MS67 or higher by NGC or PCGS can bring surprising amounts of money. Regular circulated pennies might be worth only a cent or two, but a flawless MS68 RD, red, example with brilliant luster and no contact marks can sell between $50 to $200, and if it's an error coin or proof example, that number can skyrocket to hundreds or even thousands depending on demand. According to current coin market trends in 2025, some high-grade 2006 D Lincoln cents have been listed and sold at auctions for as high as $898.954, yes, almost $900, depending on grade, luster, and certification. The proof 2006 S coins in PR70 deep cameo condition are also hot items among collectors and investors, often fetching $100 to $300 or more. Why are modern pennies like the 2006 Liberty cent gaining so much attention? Because collectors today are realizing that even newer coins can hold incredible long-term value, especially in pristine, mint state condition. Many coin experts believe that the Lincoln Cent series is one of the most collected coin types in U.S. history. From kids starting coin collections to veteran numismatists, everyone knows the penny, and that widespread interest keeps prices strong and consistent. The historical significance of the 2006 penny is also fascinating. It represents one of the final years of the Lincoln Memorial reverse before the U.S. Mint changed the design to the Lincoln Bicentennial Cents in 2009, followed by the Union Shield reverse in 2010. That makes the 2006 penny one of the last few coins to carry the beloved memorial design that collectors associate with decades of American coinage history. If you want to check whether your 2006 penny might be valuable, here's what to do: look for the mint mark, P, D, or S. Examine it under good lighting with a magnifying glass, check for doubling on the date or lettering. Look for any misalignment, cracks, or unusual marks. If it looks uncirculated, consider submitting it to PCGS or NGC for grading. And remember, never clean your coin, that can destroy its collector value instantly. Keep it in a safe holder or coin flip and handle it by the edges only. In conclusion, the Liberty 2006 Lincoln penny may look like an ordinary coin, but it carries a legacy over a century old, tracing back to the first Lincoln cent of 1909. It stands for the enduring symbol of freedom, integrity, and American history, and in today's market, with error varieties, proof strikes, and high-grade examples gaining attention, this small cent can bring big money. Some are worth only a cent, but others are worth hundreds or more depending on condition and rarity. So before you spend your change, take a closer look at your pennies. That little 2006 Liberty cent could be your ticket to a rare collector's find, maybe even one worth nearly $898.954 if you have the right piece. If you enjoyed learning about the value and history of the Liberty 2006 penny, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more amazing videos right here on Top Liberty Coins, where every coin tells a story, and every penny could be worth a fortune. Stay tuned, because in our next video, we'll uncover another incredible coin that might be hiding in your change, and you won't believe what it's worth.